Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Booming Millennials. In my ongoing effort to understand Millennial and Gen Z folk, today I want to talk about memes. And to help me with that is my good friend Matt Huber. I refer to you sometimes as the Meme Master General because you post a lot of memes. Like, that is pretty much all I see from you.
I mean, if you go on any internet website, like a social media website, most millennials generally post as much or more than I do.
Oh yeah, Parker, my son, said once that the only thing that you guys use Facebook for is posting stupid memes.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. What exactly is a meme?
A meme is basically any image or behavior that's spread culturally via imitation.
Okay. And so that's like the overarching definition of meme. Internet memes are a specific form of that, right?
I mean, it's specified through the internet because it can spread faster through the internet.
Right.
But, more or less.
Okay. And then, well, let's move on to where they came from, the history of memes.
The history of internet memes generally has been shown. The term memes was coined by Richard Dawkins in the 1970s. And the first meme as we know it, the first internet meme, was probably either Godwin's Law or the dancing baby meme.
Okay.
In the 90s.
The dancing baby meme for old people came from an Ally McBeal episode, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. And what was Godwin's Law?
Godwin's Law is basically the longer any conversation can go on, the closer and closer it reaches the possibility of talking about Hitler.
Okay. Yeah. And then we have the things like hamster dance, and which is kind of irritating if you watch it very long, and Neon Cat.
Yes, Neon Cat.
There is one of that one that's like over an hour.
Oh, there's
continuously looped.
There's plenty of those. There's hundreds, thousands.
And one of my favorites of the old ones is "All Your Base Are Belong to Us."
That is from an old game, I believe System Shock, if I'm not correct.
That sounds right.
And it's basically, it comes from a mistranslation from Japanese.
Yeah.
And it leads to another kind of meme thing where basically just taking simple mistakes and blowing them way out of proportion and turning them into a little joke, or taking a little joke and turning it into a big thing,
which is pretty much what memes do, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And the dancing baby meme we referenced earlier, that's kind of like the first of the way we understand memes.
That was probably the earliest of the modern style memes. Yes.
Yeah. Now you see a lot of different kinds of memes, and there's one that I think in particular really captures a lot of the aspect of the internet meme. And it's the "Who Killed Hannibal" meme from the Eric Andrews Show.
Yeah. And it's a great meme.
Yeah. And we'll insert a picture of that right now so you can kind of see what we're talking about if you're unfamiliar. One of the things about this one, and I see this with other ones too, but it gets recycled over and over. If you've got something in particular that you want to say, then you can put that in there.
That's the thing about memes, is that they become less individualized images and more templates for you to make your own.
And aren't there like sites where you can make your own memes take this one and put your own spin on it?
Yes, there are.
So that to me says a lot about how prevalent memes are. When there are sites set up to further them.
Though I don't know if people still use them. I don't know. Yeah, I remember that's what I was like.
So we've looked at this one. What's another meme? What's your favorite meme?
I mean, my favorite one is probably an old one. It's. I always like the He-Man meme.
Okay.
The hey yeah meme.
Okay. And again, we'll put a picture of that up so people can get a look at it.
I also really like Rick Rolling. Rick Rolling was always fun.
Oh, and in case I don't know if you've seen it or not, but Rick Astley was on the Graham Norton show. This is on YouTube. Talking about his daughter is the one that informed him that Rick Rolling was a thing. He didn't know it.
Oh, really?
She pulled him aside and said, "Look, Dad, this is what's going on."
And then there's one other meme that always really just stuck with me, and this is one that's basically dead, but the fact that it is dead, people still go back to it. Is the game.
The game.
I'm
not.
Do you know about the game?
This is the thing where if you acknowledge that it exists, then you've lost.
Yes, that is the game. Yeah. And now both I, you, and anybody watching this video has lost
the game. Yeah.
Congrats.
What's your current favorite meme right now?
So that's hard because I don't know when anybody will be watching this, but take a look at my phone because I got a bunch of them. I like the OK Boomer meme personally.
Yeah. And we're going to do a whole segment on OK Boomer in a little bit. So
I find it funny.
Yeah.
And I like how it just sort of popped out of nowhere over the course of like a month.
It did. So.
Oh, but I did also really like this. See, I like old memes. I like dead memes.
Yeah.
I always find that I appreciate memes long after they're gone.
You tend to beat a meme to death too. I'll say that. And I've told you this online.
Yeah, you have.
The car dealer one. Slaps roof. You can fit so much in this baby.
I love that one.
You ran oh man.
You can fit so many clowns in this. Or,
if it were more clown related, I probably would like that meme.
I always like the Ugandan Knuckles meme.
I don't remember that one.
I'll show you the image. You'll recognize the image.
Okay.
And I guess you can pull that up and show it.
You post so many memes at any given time that it's hard for me to keep track of them. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a character from a kid's cartoon or an anime?
I have no idea where it came from.
Yeah, and there's we'll show you this.
But like the way Ugandan Knuckles, basically somebody was playing PlayStation, one of the VR PlayStation VR.
Yeah,
and they were using that as their
that was their avatar,
and they were just going around doing stupid shit. Just
pretty much stupid. The definition of the internet, isn't it?
Yeah, with a Ugandan accent, they were doing real stupid shit.
Lovely.
It was funny, and it was like this big thing for like a good month, and then it disappeared.
Yeah. Okay, so where do you think memes are going to go next?
Honestly, what with the coming election and the possible impeachment of the president, we'll see how that goes.
Are we seeing anything like impeachment's a big deal, but are there any memes relating to impeachment yet that you've seen?
Not that I've seen personally, but I haven't gotten on like Twitter or TikTok or any of the big forums like 4chan or Reddit in a while. So that's another thing. 4chan and Reddit contribute a huge amount to memes. I mean, not as much as they used to. What with the advent of things like Twitter and Tumblr and TikTok. Back in the day, all of the original memes came from those sites.
Well, those are basically message boards.
Yeah.
And that's where all this really started. That and Usenet, right?
Oh, yeah, and Usenet. Oh, fucking Usenet.
So, okay. Well, I think that's a wrap. We've got some good information here, and hopefully people understand the millennial love of memes a little bit more.
Okay.
So, thanks, man. I appreciate it.